What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video on the vlog. My head itches really freaking bad. It's a weird kind of day today because the past few days I've been having this crazy fall nostalgia. Anyway, guys, got some cool new news which is going to improve your viewing experience. Basically, you guys are on an 18 by 55mm lens right now. That's the stock lens that comes equipped on my T6i, but I just picked something up new. It is this little girl right here. This little girl is a 10 by 18mm lens made by Canon, yours truly, and it is going to give a beautiful field of view to everybody out in the audience. That way it's not just my ugly mug, there's a little bit more in the picture, so check this out. So right now I'm on the new lens and I'm literally holding the camera at the distance that it was on the old lens, which is this little tinker right here, and look at how much further away you guys are. The old lens was like this. Boom, right there. Now, enough of me chatting, let's get into the content of this video. What we're going to talk about today, guys, is owning a diesel practical. I've owned this thing for about 2 years and I think I've got enough experience to highlight some of the pros and cons about the truck. So let's get started. Now, this might be a little bit redundant to subscribers out there watching the channel, so just bear with me, guys, but I wanted to give the audience a general level set expectation as to what I'm doing the vlog in. So, I have a 2500 HD Duramax. It's lifted 5 inches with 14-inch wide wheels. It's got a ton of modifications done to it, and it's not small by any means. It's a Black Widow Ladybug. I don't think that thing's good luck. So the first thing that we need to discuss is fuel mileage, and so consequently, fuel mileage. So fuel mileage is the first thing that I think most people are going to consider. I mean, it's the first attribute that you look at when going to buy a diesel truck. So the cost of diesel right now in PA is $2.95. It's bound to go up because of what's going on in Houston, and prayers to everybody out in Houston that's affected by the absolutely horrific disaster that has occurred down there. But anyway, so right now, if I fill my truck up from empty to full, it's about $85, maybe $90. So with that being said, you need to look at the frequency of how much you're gonna fill your truck up. You're gonna drive it a lot, you're gonna drive it a little. I commute 18 miles a day to work, back and forth. That means I need to fill my truck up once a week. That means per month, I'm spending roughly $360 on fuel. If anything, that is the equivalent of a car payment. Enthusiast Gear is going to be 10% off throughout the entire Labor Day weekend. So go ahead and check it out, get yourself some discounts, and get yourself some Enthusiast threads. So the one thing that you need to realize is when you have a full-size truck, typically drive-thrus like this don't exist. This one is rather girthy, for lack of a better word, and you can see that there's tons of room for the truck to pull through. Now, there is a customer that's pulling up behind us here, so we're gonna get out of here because I promised the nice Arby's teller lady that I would move if there was a customer. But what you need to realize is, more often than not, drive-thrus are a thing that just become history. You can't go through drive-thrus because the size of your vehicle probably exceeds either the width or the height of said drive-thru. Now, of course, when you come to obstacles such as this, little medians in the road, you kind of just have to do this. So, just give it a quick look. And pop over it nice and good like. What's happening, Andy?
What
are you doing, buddy?
I gotta go to football practice with the kids.
Oh man, you gonna get tackled or what?
Yeah, a little one back there, he fights like a little rascal.
I wouldn't want to see it any other way.
Yeah,
you know, when are we lining them up, Andy? So one of the biggest struggles of owning kind of a big diesel truck in general is if it was stock, it would fit. But as you guys can see, and the lane is closed right now, it's a pretty tight fit from side to side. Now, it looks like if we wanted to get technical, we could probably clear this side if the truck was moved to the left just a little bit. and I don't really think that we can clear this side, so how about we find out? End to end, the truck is roughly 95 inches. End to end, 96 inches. So moral of the story in my situation is definitely not going to attempt that. Moral of the story in somebody else's situation where maybe they're running a little bit more of a narrower wheel could probably work. The inherent challenges that one would have to deal with if you went about a similar setup to mine. And you guys probably thought I went to the bank just to film this. Nope, had to hit the ATM. Dude's riding without a shirt on, man. See, my thing is with motorcycles is you gotta dress for the slide, not the ride. To anybody that rides out there, I used to myself, but interruption in the vlog. Hello? All right, we're back. That was the wife. She wanted to recap on some things. Plus, she actually had a ton of good points. So, I know some of you guys were complaining about how I walk around, so I'm gonna try and stay still in the vlog a little bit more. How about this? I'm gonna post up on my 14 wide because it's practically as wide as a bench. So obviously some of the scenarios that I had displayed earlier in the video are common ones, you know, that you could run into, but you know, they more or less pertain to a truck that's, you know, got 14-inch wide wheels or big tires on it, or, you know, whatever the case is. Doesn't have to just be 14-inch wide wheels, but you know, those are some inherent challenges. You know, you can't go through the drive-thrus at the bank. You can't go through the drive-thrus, you know, at any fast food restaurant. And, you know, I try to keep my figure here in a nice lean condition, so I don't eat that too much. But if we're talking Chick-fil-A, anyway, you know, another thing with the drive-thrus is, especially if you have a diesel truck, is you ultimately have to turn it off when you get up to the mic to order, because they can't. Because the teller or the receptionist typically can't hear you over the idling of the truck. Now, yeah, so I mean, I didn't buy a diesel truck for practicality purpose. Ultimately, it's a very multi-purpose vehicle. You know, you get a truck like this and you can drive it in the wintertime, you can drive it in any inclement conditions. From a cost perspective, the diesels are a little bit more expensive. The Duramax Plus package in and of itself was 10 grand on top of the LTZ package. You know, so the truck came out to like $62,000. Using gas versus diesel at the pump, you know, ultimately, if I'm filling my truck up from, you know, let's just say a quarter of a tank, it's 80 bucks. If you fill up a light duty truck from a quarter of a tank, it's 60 bucks. So, I mean, honestly, what's $20 in the grand scheme of things? Really, from a practicalities perspective, if you're going to be towing with your truck, obviously that's something that you want to factor in, and it's going to be very useful for. Right now, I don't tow with my truck, but I do plan to tow down the road. Once I adopt a race car into the fleet, I'd like to get myself a nice gooseneck or some sort of a tow behind trailer. That way I can tow around with the big turbo truck with the car on the back. So another thing that we can talk about is kind of the interior refinement. All these new GM trucks are very refined. From a ride perspective, you know, obviously a lighter duty truck is going to ride much better than a heavy duty truck. The torsion bars on these trucks and the big leaf springs in the back don't correlate to a very smooth ride. Although these trucks do ride very well stock. Lift kit on this truck, the Cognito 4-6, drastically improved the ride quality of this truck. It was pretty harsh over bumps when it was stock, kind of sitting at its rate. Right here, right now, I'm gonna put a stop to things because I need to get home and process all the enthusiast orders that are sitting in the queue. I don't wanna make my customers wait too long, although you guys are absolutely amazing, so I wanna make sure I can get those orders packaged, processed, and shipped by tomorrow. That way you guys can get your merchandise that you've been eagerly looking forward to. Remember guys, I am running a 10% sale this coming Labor Day. And the second thing guys is that we are gonna be giving away something so sick that I cannot even begin to detail with you guys because I don't wanna give it away. But it's coming up, it's gonna be right in the middle of October, so maybe this is a little early because right now it's the end of August, but I still wanna amp you guys up because we're gonna be giving something away that all enthusiasts need. It's gonna be something that anybody can use, and it's gonna be a package deal that's worth a significant amount of moolah. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, or you're stopping in for the first time, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Look at the size of that thing. Oh my God. iPhone 7 Plus.